Don't be a bitch, bro. Just take one.
Every time my friends would want to leave early or like if they don't want to get another glass, right, I'll be like, hey, don't boring eh.
Don't boring.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Hot Pot where we hop into different transitions in life. I'm Nick.
I'm Q.
I'm Joey, and today we are diving into the world of bad friends. You know, the ones who might not have your best interests at heart. So to help us unpack peer pressure, toxic vibes, we've got a psychotherapist counselor in the house. We have Xander.
Yay.
Welcome.
Hi everyone. Hi, I'm Xander. I'm a psychotherapist and a counselor. I help people journey through difficult times and also help them to manage difficult emotions.
I cannot really relate to this topic.
Oh, because you don't have bad friends or
Because
you're
I'm
not
such a
a
great-
bad friend.
because
You're
I'm
the
such a
one
great
giving
friend.
the pressure, right?
Actually, Nick looks like he was probably a good friend back then.
What?
So
But now not so much. Yeah.
we got a lot to unpack
He can be quite
today.
harsh sometimes.
I'm a realist.
What do you guys personally think is a bad friend?
Okay, I'm really think about the very little friends I have.
Oh, Xander, shall we unpack that also?
I think those friends that gaslight you, especially when clearly it's something that they might have done that really upset you, but they're the one who made you feel like you were the one who is responsible for feeling that way.
I think for me, it's when people are just around when it's good or convenient. Then they would disappear during tough times. Kind of like a fair-weathered friend.
So they're around for like the good vibes, party.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's when you are flaky, inconsiderate, and then very clearly like don't make me a priority. Yeah.
It's pretty new for me, but friends with secret animosity, I feel like they are secretly pining for your downfall. Or when you share your achievements, they don't really celebrate them. In fact, they try and make it like, oh, that's not that great, right? It's quite common. And when you are going through a tough time, they are more than happy to step up because they are secretly celebrating it.
I think the other one also might be like bystander friends. I feel like sometimes you need people who can provide like a alternate perspective. So it's like if they see that you are about to make a mistake or something is going wrong or you need help, you're in a tough spot, but then they are like, oh, I don't want to get involved, I'll let them figure it out. Then it can also kind of be considered quite a bad friend.
All right, so we are kickstarting today with Stay or Walk Away, where we give each other some scenarios to see if we would stay in the friendship or walk away. There's a new horror movie out that all your friends want to see, but you hate scary movies. Would you still watch it because everyone else is going?
Yes.
Yes.
I quite FOMO one.
Yeah, you damn FOMO actually. Yeah, he really damn FOMO. Like in our tele chats, hey, you all never talk to me, you all never tell me. Hey, bocho.
Yeah, then like we all went for, Joey just is dropping an album. Then she had a album launch listening party the other day, right? Then we all went and then they all wear red color, then they never tell me.
Oh no!
I think that would contribute to some trauma that
Okay.
have.
Trauma is crazy.
Yeah.
Xanta, how about you? Do you feel FOMO?
I was just thinking like how scary, is it?
But I guess in this question's context, it is at the expense of your comfort level.
That's true,
so would
yeah.
you sacrifice that? My answer is no.
I think the younger me,
Very scary. It's very scary.
Yeah, I think I went through that before. So the younger me actually went.
Yeah.
So I recall what happened during the movie was I think I was just doing other things. I was like just trying to close my eyes or eat popcorn or just distract myself because I didn't want to be left out. But the older me now would be like no.
Okay.
Oh
Like
my
okay,
God,
thanks, bye.
you just triggered a memory in me. I did do it when I was younger. When I was 14, I did. But the whole time, I had headphones in. I was listening to Hillsong.
Okay, next one. Your group chat is blowing up with all of your friends talking badly about someone you all know. Do you join in even if it makes you uncomfortable? I stay.
It's you start.
Hey, don't say that. It's not always me.
Okay, wait. I mean, okay, again, context.
But make you uncomfortable.
Context. This is someone you like.
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
maybe you all like. So this is a two-faced like betrayal situation.
Right.
I will point out that I understand that you guys don't like this person, but I'm not gonna chime in or say anything because this person is my friend.
Yeah.
Then I'll just like mute the group chat.
I think I will send some really shocking gif. Like why you guys doing this? But I would not, continue or comment on that.
Okay, don't enable lah.
Okay, next scenario. You're overseas with your friends and they give you something unknown and tell you, we're already here, it's okay, it's legal here. Do you still take it?
No.
No.
This is a hard no
Yeah.
because while it is legal there, right, because our passport is the Singaporean passport, even if you consume anything overseas that is legal, when you come back to Singapore and they test you and you're positive for it, you will be charged because you have it in your system while you're here.
Yeah.
I didn't know this also because I think when they legalized a certain leaf in a neighboring country, they like enforced this rule. And that was my first time I found out about
Yeah.
it.
My sense of self-preservation quite high. A bit
You're
like
scared ah?
kiasi.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
scared.
this is a man who wants to be immortal.
Yeah. I don't want to die. I can unpack that with you later.
No, it's very long already.
Actually, have you all ever adopted a you do you way of thinking or behavior just to keep the peace so that you're not a wet blanket?
I feel like in moderation, we all do this. Because it's about respecting someone else's boundaries, right? Yeah.
I think the younger me would always join in. Like I just didn't want to be left out. Because I mean, when we were growing up, teenagers, generally we just want a sense of belonging, right? But I think as I grew older, I say you do you quite a lot. I mean, if you want to like live your life that way, after me trying to convince you otherwise, if it's a bad decision, then I'll just let them be.
Yeah, because I think sometimes being a bad friend and being a bad person can be quite mutually exclusive. There are some people that objectively, when I look at them, then you're like, actually you're quite a bad person, but you're such a great friend.
I think you do you is you're neither agreeing nor disagreeing. It's almost like you're like emotional Switzerland because everything is like chill and
Neutral.
Yeah, so I think it depends on situation as well.
It's true. If it's self-destructive, then it's a bit hard to say you do you and call yourself a good friend.
Yeah.
Because if they are in danger or they're going to put something, like for example, their job or their marriage in danger or their lives in danger, you cannot control their decisions. But within my friend group, we always say like, okay, if you want to know how I feel, this is how I feel. But at the end of the day, like you make your own choices and whatever consequences come with the aftermath, we will be there for you.
What if the aftermath damn bad?
Example?
Like you murder somebody and you clean out the body.
That's very extreme. Okay.
Okay,
Narrow it down a little bit.
can we
make
take it down
relatable.
maybe like 3 notches?
Like you drink too much, then you vomit in your Airbnb while you're overseas.
As in my friend is doing that and then I have to clean.
Yeah.
I'll be angry lah.
Yeah.
So I think that my point is that the you do you sometimes comes back to bite you in the ass also as a friend.
But have you ever been afraid of calling out your friend and how that would look on you?
Yeah, it's a bit hard because you don't want to be that friend that they cannot depend on. Like the worst thing that could happen in this situation, just to be right, you end up not being a safe space anymore.
I think it really depends whether there is an element of like harm to self or not. If they want to engage in like harmless fun, maybe like smashing someone's face in the cake and kind of thing, I'm like, okay,
Quite dangerous.
Oh, because there is
The
that.
multi-layer cake, got
Oh,
the
the
chopstick
stick,
inside.
right? Yeah. But compared to, if they are going to like drink and then, for example, then partake in some life-endangering activities, then those are the ones that I would not say you do you, I would definitely step into, let them know that you shouldn't be doing that.
But from a counselor's point of view, right, why do you think some people find it easier to just say yes?
Saying yes is a very low risk. In fact, it's a risk-free response to a lot of things. So when you say no, there is the element of like rejection or judgment. So, but when you say yes, you are enabling a lot of things to happen. You're facilitating fun.
Actually, why do you think that we struggle to resist group behavior when there's like already some momentum going, right?
Primitively, when cavemen, they like to stay together. So the idea is that when they step out of the cave, they will get eaten by a bear. Okay, so that's the sense of danger there. And then in modern times, that translates to safety in belonging. So human beings are designed to stay together, we always will seek connection. So the feeling that if you don't conform, then there's a danger that you'll be left alone. Then the primitive, like it's not going to be safe when I'm alone. Yeah, will come in again in different form in modern ways. Yeah, so which is why we would want to stick with the behavior of a group.
Actually, the interesting thing is I realized that in some group settings, right, it's always just one person who will seed the idea, or one person who feels very strongly about wanting to do something, right? Then the whole group just like, oh, okay lor.
I think it's because everyone else don't agree, but no one wants to be the first person to say
No.
no. Yeah.
Oh.
I've learned this before. If you're afraid of saying no, maybe you could just suggest an alternative. Like, instead of going drinking, why don't we just go and watch a movie? Or let's go cycle. Then maybe some of your other friends will be like, hey, cycling sounds fun tonight. You know what I mean? Yeah.
An alternative that everyone else can also be excited about. So you're
Correct.
shifting
Like
the
you're
attention.
you're kind of swaying everyone's decision, but in a healthy way, without making yourself look like the Debbie Downer lah.
So actually, where is the line between encouraging someone to have fun, right, and then pressuring them into something? I find like I'm quite guilty of this sometimes.
Which one?
Do it for the plot. Do it for the plot. 加油, 加油.
But the
Do
things
it, do
that
it.
you are doing are like, they're not like vices per se.
Oh, yeah
Yeah,
lah.
like you enable someone to like sign up for a full marathon,
Yeah, or
Correct.
but
like
not like
cut your hair.
drink 10 glasses of beer. Like,
Actually, in younger me, maybe like will be the one that's.
oh my
holding
god,
the-
I'm so guilty of that actually.
Yeah.
So I think in the past, I was a bit of that bad friend or bad influence. So in my early 20s, I really enjoyed drinking, like social drinking. And I would always think that drinking equals fun. Like if you don't drink, means you're not having fun. I don't know why I had that association.
Okay.
Yeah, and every time my friends would want to leave early or like if they don't want to get another glass, right, I'll be like, hey, don't boring eh. Oh my god, I'm such a terrible person back then.
Don't boring?
But
Boring
don't
is
boring. No, but I think my intention wasn't to lead them astray or like to be a bad person. But it was more like my
just wanna have
understanding,
fun
my
lah.
understanding of what fun is very,
Yeah.
very like clouded back then. Yeah.
Now you must pick up on the signs or like the way that they communicate lah. Because there are some people that are actually quite firm that they don't want.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But there are other people that are like,
No lah.
Nah lah,
Eh, no
nah,
lah,
you
no
wanna-
lah. Then they opening the, no lah, I cannot. I'm not drinking tonight, guys. Like,
but I think it's important to know the distinction lah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think there's a difference between pressurizing and encouraging. So encouraging, you're giving the autonomy to the other person within their capacity of what they can do. But pressurizing it doesn't sound like there's a connection. In fact, it sounds like it's controlling. Because when you want to pressure someone, you want to exert control over that person by getting them to do what you want them to do.
Can fun ever be used as a cover for manipulation?
oh, 100%. Because you're holding, like, only my version of fun can happen with my way of fun
Yeah.
if you do this. And then you're telling your friends, like, hey, all of us are doing it. You're not willing
If
to
you're
do
not
this
doing
for
that,
us.
then you're not fun.
It's like how like when you're saying you boring then it's like you
Okay,
are
don't bring up my past already.
you're attaching a negative trait to someone's
Yeah.
behavior
Yeah.
or saying no ma.
Yeah. Again, I'm so sorry to all my friends back then.
No, but again, you didn't know any better, right? Xanta, what would you say is the best way to draw the line between being open-minded and respecting boundaries?
I think boundaries are there to help you to be safe, to keep you from harm's way. So the part where we need to consider whether do you be open-minded about any experiences or that is really to consider the different aspect of whether is it safe and healthy.
Does it add value to your life? Could it create like introspection, growth?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could be completely close-minded, for example, to a craft. Or absolutely, I would never go for a pottery lesson. There's that, and then there's like you want to take drugs?
Yeah. Like it's very different when it's learning something like
Yeah.
a new skill
The-
versus like
yeah.
trying something that's unhealthy for
The
you.
do it for the plot must have some value, positive
Exactly.
value in your
Yeah,
life.
like you backpack Europe. I think it's very different from like, you never try drinking 10 glasses of beer.
Okay, so what are some signs that it's time to end a bad friendship?
Wow.
Maybe Zenta can take this one first. Because
Yeah.
I'm sure you've encountered a lot of youths going through like
Yeah.
friendship breakups, right?
So they would come to me and then be in the dilemma because they are like, hey, I really like the crew I'm hanging out with, but something just doesn't feel quite right. So we will unpack, what is the doesn't feel quite right. So number one, I think it includes the people making them feel lousy about themselves if they don't do certain things. Again, we go back to the part whereby there is no autonomy of choice. So they have like to almost follow what other people have to do. So that is taking away. I always tell them that, this. It sounds like you're taking away your rights to choose what you want to do or what you don't want to do. So whether does that feel right for you or not? Does it make you feel like guilty just because you have to do something that your friend wants you to do? Does it make you feel like just weird in a certain way? Because that gut feel is I call your internal GPS. Like your own moral compass within you.
Yeah.
Actually, listening to the body also applies to romantic relationships.
Oh, yes.
I really feel like your body rejects the person when it's toxic. I used to have a lot of stomach aches and like
Indigestion.
body pains, right, when I was with my toxic ex.
Oh, but also because
Coincidence? I don't think so.
gut.
Yeah. So cortisol is a kind of stress hormone. So when cortisol rises, then you will start feeling all that kind of bodily sensation that you feel like, and yes, the gut, the stomach is the first area that you'll notice that will have some problem when you are very stressed out.
Yeah, I think some also very obvious or easy to tell signs is when you think back on why you are friends or why you hang out with them, it's things of the past and never the present. Like you're holding on to maybe like, last time, in secondary school we were very close, but you're like 30 and that's all you talk about when you meet up.
Yeah.
And when they hold you accountable to a version of yourself that does not exist anymore.
Question pod.
All right, Zanta, you can go first.
If you could use one word to describe a bad friend, what would it be? One word. Pressurizing.
Okay.
Not bad.
Is being brutally honest a red flag or green flag in a friend? I think a red flag because you have low EQ.
I find that people that say that I'm just being direct or I'm just being brutally honest, right, is just an excuse to
be an asshole.
Yeah. Have you ever felt relieved when a friend has cancelled plans? Yes.
Oh, all the time.
Oh, what a great question. I think adulting is truly celebrating when plans are cancelled.
Yeah.
No, it's always like how are you feeling? I hate it also, cancel. Yes.
Yes. Oh my god.
What is your longest friendship and how is it? My best friend has been in my life for when I was 13. So 17 years.
13 going to 30.
Do you text this person at least 2 times a week?
Every day, I think.
No, at least.
Consider.
She's quite a texter. So now that we know more about what bad friends are, we're going to read out some stories we found on Reddit about bad friends and let's see if we can spot the red flags.
Zenta, are you on Reddit?
Maybe.
Oh.
I wonder what she
Our
searched for.
counselor.
Our stress.
Our mental well-being.
Okay, the first story is, I don't do drugs, and I felt that this is related to people inviting me less to parties in the past because I got tired earlier and didn't go to after parties to keep doing drugs. Now my boyfriend, who is 30 male, keeps going out and doing drugs, and I feel it's one of the reasons I don't go out with him. I don't want to do drugs just to be accepted. However, I feel like everyone does, and it's an important point of disconnection with my boyfriend.
The boyfriend a bit of a red flag,
Yeah, and I think the fact that you feel like you need to do it, otherwise your relationship is at risk, you shouldn't even be in that position to carry that weight.
Break up.
Break up. Call police, then you break up.
This is wrong.
I think that the fact that even, the OP is like posting that, right?
She said OP. She's on Reddit. She's on Reddit.
Okay.
It does suggest that she has some awareness of what is right and what is wrong. But in this case, it's a bit complex because you could see that there is the emotional reasoning coming in versus trying to find that rational side of things where she knows what is right or wrong, but yet she's feeling like she still loves her boyfriend, but just that she doesn't agree with what he is doing. So it's not so straightforward in a lot of cases like this because you can't just say, yes, I do this, or no, I do not want to continue this and I'm going to end this like that. So when we look at a client in such a situation, I think there's a lot of factors to help them to unpack. One of the questions that we would ask clients like this is to consider what is it that is helpful for them at the moment, what is it that's within their control at the moment. So it is within their control to decide what they want to do, whether do they want to follow the footstep of the boyfriend, or do they want to stick with their own moral values, belief system, and things like that.
Okay, just want to caveat that this next story takes place overseas, where it's more common to take some drugs recreationally So keep that in mind. Let's dive in.
Yes.
So my friend insists I try Molly and tried to peer pressure me into taking one, which was just a small 0.1 dose according to him. I tell him, nah, I'm sorry. I don't do drugs, bro.
Oh, okay.
And then he keeps saying, I promise nothing's gonna happen to you, dude. It's a tiny dose. Look at my friend, X. She's a tiny girl and is taking a lot more than us. I keep on rejecting and then he goes on to say, don't be a bitch, bro. Just take one. Sorry, I just quoting verbatim. That's when I absolutely lose it and go on a rant about how I don't need drugs to enjoy the music. And I just felt like I immediately brought out bad vibes to everyone.
Well, this person was clearly using that comparison to a female.
Yeah.
It's like my
You
grandmother
humpty,
no, my
like-
grandmother can do better than you,
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
like
yeah.
angle.
Yeah.
Like you're a bit loser that like, hey, the girl so small, so she was okay.
I feel like we are in an era where there's a lot of media to educate us on this through shows and like scenarios where these things happen. And I don't think this person like overreacted, man.
I think
she's very
I
rude,
would
Yeah.
also storm off.
Which is crazy, eh?
Very rude.
I'll one time go one shot.
What you shout? I'm not bitch.
You are what you then.
不要叫我 bitch.
But yeah, Zenta, thoughts on this story?
So you can see that this OP is not regretting saying no.
I think he regret the outcome, but not the decision to say no.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great person because the shit show only unfolded because he was put in a position to further say no again. No is no. No is a full sentence.
Yeah.
Yep. I think from this, right, he probably realized also, he was questioning like why is it so hard to accept a no from me or something like that. I think that also helped him to question, what kind of person you are hanging out with and you're talking to who can't accept and respect your choice.
Actually, last time I went to Bali, right? And then I was with my group of friends. And while we were walking back to our villa, there was a man in the alleyway. And he whispered, shroom, shroom, shroom. It was damn funny. It was like right by my ear. I was like, hey, sui. So who's that whispering in my ear? Then my guy friends were like, hey, try ah. Want to try or not? I really set my boundaries. I was like, no. Even y'all shouldn't do it. I didn't do the you do you thing because I really cared about my friends.
And also, they also say soda sometimes because they mix it in soda so that it's easier. Like for people who have never tried it, they feel less intimidated because they're just drinking soda, right? But I remember telling a friend before, if you do it, you can do it, but I'm leaving. I'm not going to stay here and put myself at risk of being with you because if we get caught, I, by association, will be in trouble also. And also, I don't want you to think that I'm okay with this. Like, I don't want to enable it. So I've said it before. And then they're like, okay, I understand.
I remember telling my friends that my mother didn't raise me to be like this.
Wow.
Love that. Okay, next one. He's given me multiple signs to end our friendship, such as wanting to borrow money so he could buy drugs. Money I would never see again. I also worked hard to buy my first car at 18, and he would always want to hang out after that. But hanging out to him was just me driving him all over, not to mention he only wanted to be my friend when I had money or a car, but when I was broke and sold my car, he was never around. He would get really messed up on drugs and get aggressive with me and want to fight. And he'd also bully me by saying he could beat me in a fist fight any day because we play fought one time when we were little and he won. My dumb self would always forgive him and not stand up for myself, even though all the signs told me to drop the friendship.
A very clear sign of a bad friend and people that I very actively avoid, right? Or have like cut out from my life, right? Are people with addiction. But these are the kind of people that also when you confront them about it or you call them out about it, then they'll be like, you're just kidding only, bro.
Oh, just a joke lah.
Just a
You
joke lah.
cannot
You
take
cannot
a joke lah.
Wow.
Wow, shit.
Or also
Some
because
people-
when you confront them, they're sober. They probably have no recollection of what happened. They're like, no, I would never do that. Are you sure? I would never do that to you. I've been in a situation where I had a friend who was battling an addiction. Because I was the only safe space, I ended up feeling like I was responsible for their recovery. I was responsible for their sobriety. And it really took a toll on me because every time they relapse, right, I would also break down at home. And I remember my parents telling me, you need to stop hanging out with this person. And for me, it's like, wow, I invested so much time. I see the
progress.
She's progressing, it's just, it might be very slow. But then I also realized that I was taken for a ride because every time I went back, I was basically enabling and validating that it's okay, the cycle repeats, as long as there's movement and progression, I will still be there. Yeah.
I think a lot of times I see in younger people is that because they share some similarity in the friendship, they tend to become like soul buddy with each other. And then they will tell themselves that, okay, in good times and in bad times, we will always be each other's side. I will always encourage people to consider, how much bandwidth do you have to help that person. And sometimes the best help you could give to that person going through something like an addiction is by getting them professional help. You might not be the best. You think you're the best help for them, but actually, no.
Yeah.
You are maybe, in fact, you are like crippling, like better help for them.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, Zenta, this one is quite relatable to me. Where does this desire to be seen as cool or accepted stem from, like psychologically, and how does social media and all that amplify FOMO? Because I super FOMO.
Okay. So I think when we talk about cool, it ties in with identity. Let's talk about younger people. I think that because at that age, one of the psychological developmental need is to form identity. So, while I say that the identity is still baking in the oven, they will want to associate themselves with the behaviors of people they're hanging out with. So anything that deviates from that group behavior is uncool. Then in terms of FOMO, I think social media perpetuate a lot of that. When you have 10 people posting like they're out doing something, partying or what, and you're at home, even though you know that has been curated, but somehow you still feel like, you're missing out on the fun.
It's true. Actually, have y'all ever experienced maybe a party or watching an event go down, right? And you see the stories and you're like, oh, it's so fun. Like I missed out on so much. And then you eventually get to attend something like that and you're there and you're like, damn, this sucks. Like this is boring. And everyone here is feeling the same as me. But I mean, when the camera comes out, everyone is obviously posing, right?
I think if it's a media event with peers and all that, I don't really care. I think it's only if
It's a party
it's
lah.
friends. No, it's friends. My friends. If the entire inner circle is hanging out there, I'm not there, then I have very FOMO.
Yeah.
Why you never ask me?
Okay, for you, it's guaranteed fun versus possible.
Yeah, because I like y'all so much that we will have so much fun together hanging out. But why y'all having fun without me?
这个是叫 projection.
Yeah. How do I manage the fear of social exclusion?
I think first of all, right, is really who are you hang out by default? Because that will become the default behavior that you are supposed to attain. So if let's say your friends are all party animals and all that, then that's the default social behavior, the social norm that you have to fulfill. But if your friends are, by default they go to library, they go to cafes.
They always wear red color.
Yeah, they always wear red color. Then that will become, your default as well.
It's true actually, because as mentioned just now, when I was younger, I used to drink a lot, right? And I partied a lot. But over the years, maybe in my mid-20s, I started gravitating towards friends who exercised more and had healthier lifestyle.
Yep.
And as much as I still had another group of friends who, they kept drinking as well, I maintained a healthier friendship by just meeting them for dinner. But y'all go and drink afterwards. I'm gonna go home. Yeah, so I feel like my identity shifted because of who I hung out with.
I think that's a great thing to do also, because especially in situation where you find you're pressured to go and join something, if you have an exit plan, if you have something else to do.
Okay, why do you think that people feel guilty about living unhealthy friendships?
There's always that feeling that when I have no friends, you guys were there for me. Then now that I either find something better or I think otherwise, then I, depart from that friendship, then I feel the guilt naturally sets in. When they think that, by departing from that friendship, they feel that they might be pursuing something better than them. Then with that comparison that comes in, I think a lot of people will also feel guilty for having that comparison right from the beginning as well.
When I navigated my recent friendship breakup, I actually cried every day for about a week and a half.
Wow.
And this was when I was celebrating my birthday. I feel like it was harder than my relationship breakups in the past. Because you don't expect this kind of loyalty to be broken with a friend. Yeah. With a relationship, it's okay, if you do something wrong, right, we will leave. But close friendships like that, you don't see it ending. Like you don't make friends with the assumption that, okay, we will break up one day or we will end one day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it is not weak to cry. It is not weak to grieve a friendship. It just means that it truly, really meant something to you at one point. But I feel like you can also like celebrate and be proud in the fact that you chose you and you chose to stand up for yourself and stand by your boundaries. And you get to enjoy a different version of yourself like after you heal.
I think there are two sides to this, right? So we are looking at the emotional side of things, which involves like, crying, attending to your feelings. Some people might be thinking, it's so silly to be grieving over the loss of a friendship where it's not like a girlfriend, boyfriend, a relationship and all that. I think there shouldn't be any judgment passed on yourself. You shouldn't punish yourself when something so sad has happened. So attend to the feeling, do what is necessary to make yourself feel better. Then there is that rational side of things, which I always encourage my client to also think about, which is the reason why this happened is for the sustainability of peace. It's also something that you're doing for yourself in the longer run.
Okay, so actually, Xanta, right, why do you think it is important for people to kind of be mindful or really self-aware about bad influences, bad friends, bad behavior in general?
We always say that you become what you permit. So if you're not aware of what is happening, what you are allowing to happen, you become that.
Wow, okay.
I guess then when you have that awareness, then you are also better prepared when that behavior confronts you. Like, oh, okay, now I see it. I know that this is not good. I will not let it affect me or influence me lah. It's like if you had never thought about how you feel about drugs before, then you kena the shroom shroom.
Then I'll be like, okay, let's do it.
No, then you'll be like, 50-50.
I might be sweet lah.
Yeah.
I might be convinced just because like I'm FOMO or like my friends are just very good at convincing. But I had prior knowledge of how bad drugs
And
are.
how you feel about it lah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I think being aware it also tells you where your boundaries are. You know what to allow, what to disallow to cross your boundaries.
Okay, so before we wrap up, just a reminder that even if you think you would never say yes to something harmful like taking drugs, peer pressure and negative influences can really sneak up on anyone. And here's the thing, influence isn't actually always bad. Good influence can push you to do big and great things that would change your life, protect your peace, or remind you of your values. And being open-minded is great, but it doesn't mean saying yes to everything or having no boundaries.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of The Hot Pot. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Me Listen.
And subscribe to us if you haven't already.
And of course, thank you, Xanta, as well for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Bye!
Do you think that you guys were ever bad friends?
I don't know that because no one has ever
You reflect a bit lah, reflect a bit.
Okay.
Oh my god, you're pressuring us! This peer pressure!
Reflect a bit.
Peer pressure right here.
Live reenactment.
Our health is so important.
Don't
Oh my
take
god, actually the
health
two
for
of us
granted.
just went through
Health scare.
your chicken pox is health scare.
Yeah, I had chicken pox there. Recover already.
Oh, she was like,
She's like,
stay away from me.